for the Liquid team. Spawning in the bottom right position as the red Terran player. He is the well, I'm not going to say the final. Yeah, he is the final hope, I think, for Team Liquid. Currently down 4-3 in this best of 9. Give it up for Taeja. And spawning in the bottom left position as the blue Zerg player coming in from Quantic Gaming. It is HyuN, who, if he wins this game, will also secure this match over Team Liquid. Side things that are important to note, of course. This is as a 4-3 map score means that, you know, 5, the 5th win, wins you the match. And if Taeja wins, we could see HyuN come out again. So that's just part of the way the revive rules work for Acer TeamStory Cup. But as far as looking at this match goes, Taeja, you know, really hasn't had the success that he had in Wings of Liberty with Heart of the Swarm just yet. Now, he had a pretty decent showing, I would say, back in DreamHack Summer. That's pretty much the last time I remember seeing him, just because well, I was there. But I think this is a pretty even match. HyuN, though, a little bit more active, I'd say, you know, coming in second place at MLG, doing quite well for himself. He's always been good. Anything that involves being online, and I mean, it's kind of weird because all the offline tournaments are online because there's no LAN, but all online cups, HyuN's really good at. Like, he's just good at them. So I wouldn't be surprised to see HyuN play aggressively. This map has a pretty short rush distance, and I think that fast roaches is just kind of a staple of HyuN's play. So Taeja, CC first, barracks, gas, very normal opening from our Liquid Terran. And as far as let's see. Well, if you guys actually weren't too sure on how we got here. Goodness, can I go through all the games that we've had? This is game number 8, by the way. We've had a lot of games so far today. We opened up with Apocalypse taking out Zenio, and then Hero taking out Apocalypse, and Hero also taking out Treem. Then we had Center take out Hero, and then Center took out Rhett, and then Rhett took out Center, and then we saw... No, Snoot took out Center. And then we just saw HyuN take out Snoot. So lots of games. Trying to recite that off the top of my head. No gas just yet for HyuN. But HyuN isn't really the kind of guy that'll do like a 7 roach rush. HyuN's the kind of guy that'll do a 36 drone, big roach bust off of 2 bases into a 3rd base and like some sort of follow-up roach play. In fact, if you guys, you know, tuned in, HyuN in their match versus Root, actually, on this map, HyuN employed a very fast roach bust type style versus his Terran opponent, Nathanias, if you guys missed that game. And HyuN is going to now move into a double gas, so we could see potentially some aggression come out of him. I think we'll need to see a Roach Warren very soon, though, if that is his intention. But HyuN can also just do, and I think this is more popular choice, is to throw down the double evolution chambers and just get your 1-1, start the lair, then get the Roach Warren. And I keep saying, you know, get the Roach Warren because that's just a HyuN thing. HyuN without a Roach Warren is like, I don't know, man. It's like if Batman just stopped wearing a mask or a cape or something. He just like got rid of a critical part of who he is. Now, Taeja looks like he wants to go into HyuN Banshee, and I really like this decision. I'm just looking forward to seeing more HyuN Banshee. It's been a while. The Hellbat nerf has made Banshees a lot more viable, especially since the cost of Cloak was decreased. So, it's just kind of neat to see. And there we go. Starport moving over to the Tech Lab. Banshee production will begin. Cloaking field on the way. And these HyuNs for Taeja just going to zoom around. Looking for pretty much anything. Double evolution chamber coming in. This is pretty much what I said is going to happen. The double evo. I mean, he did throw in speed, but I think we'll still see a lair in a Roach Warren. I don't think that HyuN is just going to skip out on roaches. He's seen HyuNs. Now he has an excuse to go roaches. But HyuN Banshee, it's It's cool. And the thing is, HyuN can go for later roaches if he wants to, because you don't actually need early roaches as much anymore since the odds of getting hit with Hellbat drops are so much smaller. And these Hellions for Taeja just kind of poking around. He's trying to find somewhere to go. The 6th Hellion is out now. And there we see just Banshees coming out. And Taeja can use these to great effect with Harass. He can do all sorts of wonderful, amazing little things with them. 3rd base is done for HyuN. Lair on the way. And I feel like this Lair could have been a lot faster. He's got 100 gas. I don't know how long he was holding on to that. But now he's poking this Queen with these Hellions and the Banshee. And this is cool. You know, this hasn't happened in a while. The Hellions, though, if they get surrounded by these Lings, could be disastrous. The Banshee takes out one of the Queens, and all the rest of the Hellions get locked in. He needs to try to get out of here. The Banshee doing what it can. It has the cloak. Going to start poking away at the Queens. Ooh, Taeja needs to micro. Oh, he does. And he saves all of the, well, 4 of those Hellions, which is really nice. This Queen is going to die. There's no saving it. And that's, you know, the lack of detection also really helping out now. And he can poke at this 3rd base. Man, I miss seeing this kind of stuff happen in Wings of Liberty. Another Banshee is coming in. Now, there's a Spore in the mineral line of the main and the natural. Nothing at the 3rd yet. But there's nothing, you know, he's not going to kill that off. He's not going to kill the base with the Banshee. So, HyuN would love to kill off these Banshees. But, oh, no, the Spore. Oh, one Banshee will fall. Taeja will move the 2nd one away. Oh, but there's the Overseer. Both Banshees eliminated. Almost manages to get that Queen. No such luck. Behind this, Taeja's moving into Bio. We see double engineering bay going. We see a 3rd command center landing. We see pretty much everything that we'd expect to at this point. Scan goes down. Taeja wants to know what's in the main base of HyuN. He wants to basically check, HyuN, are you playing? Are you playing your proper style, or are you doing something different? And you know, I said we were gonna see roaches. We didn't have any early roaches at all, but roach speed is on the way. I still believe, and with HyuN getting the Baneling Nest, I still think we're gonna see HyuN go for his Roachling Bane mid-game composition, where he just goes for a lot of aggression with that. So this is just kind of how HyuN likes to play. Now, stepping forward, this Banshee's doing a bit more poking. There is an Overseer with the army. And, you know, Zerg players are kind of used to building Overseers nowadays anyway, since Widow Mines are such a pain. But, oh, Taeja, look at these Marines. They're stimming so hard. They really want to kill this Overseer. Like, they really want to kill it. Good catch. Banshee poking into the 3rd. There's no Spore Crawler here, so Taeja will be able to pick off a couple of drones, which is nice. The Overseer does arrive in time, though. He's not going to kill everything, but he gets something, and that's... It's very nice. It's very nice to get kills with your Banshees. Hellions had the tower, just kind of watching over everything that's going on. And we see Taeja throwing up a little supply depot wall by the 3rd. I like touches like this. It's things like this that show you that Taeja looked, he was like, I need depots, but wait a second. Let's also wall this off. Let's make sure that Zergling run-bys aren't as big a threat. Of course, there's still this area by the cooling tower. I love that it's called a cooling tower. But he's going to drop across here now. He could have walked across the middle if he wanted to do that, because he has the tower. But now he's moving in. He's stimming up. He's going to attack this hill. The Banelings come in, and the Roaches, and he's just going to lift up. So Taeja sees, okay, Roach, Bane. If you're playing versus HyuN, you need to build siege tanks. I don't think there's really much a way of getting around building tanks versus HyuN. If you skip on them, you're putting yourself in a really gutsy position. And here Taeja is now trying to just continue to mine this off. I still think Lings can bust through that, but I don't know for sure. Taeja has the satellite equipped supply depots, of course. He gets extra channels for the people that live in there. And these Marines trying to fight, but this is where it gets scary. HyuN's going for a huge bust. We have 18 Banelings on the way. He's already got a lot of Banelings. The siege tanks are here, but will they be enough? The Roaches are punching through. The Banelings getting in. Not actually, well, he needs to wait for the rest of the Banelings, I guess, but the Roaches managed to take out 2 of the siege tanks, the low ground ones at the very least. He wants to kill off maybe these supply depots. All the Banelings are getting close to those Marines. The tanks, though, getting some decent target fire in here, taking out those Banelings. And HyuN's attack has actually held off pretty damn well so far. Does lose that tank thanks to the high ground Overseer vision, but Taeja not really taking critical damage. And this Banshee is just adding in DPS. It's just, you know, he's just tapping it in, just tapping it in. And that can be enough sometimes. There's no drones at this 4th base. There's no full gas saturation at the 3rd base. Just more and more roaches coming out for HyuN, which is fine, except that with this attack, like, it's all about just constantly barreling down on your opponent and just crushing him. The fact that Taeja didn't really lose any of his economy, it's one of those few situations where as a Terran player, you actually don't want to lose your economy versus Roach, yeah. Because roaches just win with numbers. It's not like Zerglings where you can get good surrounds, you can get, you know, really nice flanks. Roaches are just kind of, if you have enough roaches to win the fight, it's pretty clear because you know, roaches. But the siege tank count is starting to get higher and higher. We do not have an infestation pit, so we do not have a hive, which means we do not have access to vipers. And vipers are very good versus siege tanks, obviously. They're probably the hardest counter to them in the game aside from air units. Scan goes down, just picking off creep tumors, just continuing to advance. And Taeja with a lot of multi-prong aggression. He's been dropping this bottom base. He's got these units taking out the creep tumors. He's got this unit checking for the top base. And a couple lings run by, but thanks to that wall off, Taeja's pretty safe. They had to run basically into the Marines in order to get there, and, well, they died. So this drop, the roaches try to catch it. It will be able to zip away. Now, keep in mind here, Taeja is fighting for the life of his team. If he loses this game, TeamLiquid loses this match. Marine stepping forward. Taeja has his 2-2, which is very, very important. There's no attack upgrades on these roaches, but the lings are 2-2. And this is it. Taeja's moving in. The tanks are not sieged. He's going to try to get them sieged. Will he have it in time? There he goes. There's a couple nice volleys on these roaches. This is what Taeja needs. At the same time, pressing into the top left base. The TeamLiquid Terran is barreling through, and HyuN is collapsing under this assault. These roaches are not quite enough, it seems, and he is going to retreat with some of his forces. He took out the 4th base, and that's really all Taeja needed to do. At the same time, he wants to take his own 4th base, which would give him a huge advantage, but that's not going to happen just yet. Taeja forced to lift up here. Just drop, trying to harass. Now, at this point, HyuN will try to get this hatchery back up here. This top one, and immediately there's some Marines and Marauders to try to deny that. Will force a can't. Oh no, he just loses it. That's 300 minerals down the toilet. HyuN is in a tough spot this game so far. This is not like him. He's having a really hard time dealing with Taeja's multitasking, and Taeja still has a medevac on the field. He still has these 2 medevacs here. Oh, I mean, only one of them is loaded, but it's double the healing power, right? And there are a lot of tanks moving out for Taeja. He pulled back. He wanted to max out, and he's saying, "Hey, guess what, buddy? My 3-3 is going to be done soon, and I'm going to move in here and pretty much try to kill you." And here we go. Ooh, Ling's gonna surround this planetary fortress, which is kind of nice, but there are Marines here to save it with the PF's AoE attack. So the planetary will stay alive at the same time. They're dropping the main base, doing a bit of damage. Pressing the front here with the tanks. He actually loaded everything up for a Doom Drop, decided not to do that. Marauder is killing drones at the 3rd base. And Taeja, he doesn't have any tanks left over here, but I don't think he needs them. GG! HyuN taps out, and Taeja will take us to an ace match here in the Acer TeamStory Cup. This best of 9 has gone all the way to the final game, and we are about to find out who is made of Swiss cheese and who is made of Gouda. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The final game between TeamLiquid and Quantic Gaming is coming up right here on twitch.tv/Nathanias. Make sure you press that follow button. Make sure you tweet at me and let you guys know who you think is going to be able to take this match at Root Nathanias. And yeah, we'll be right back with the final game of this match.